cyber friends. This is Midiman coming back at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for today. We just give God the glory and the honor for life, health, and strength. Taught us again with the finger of love. It's exact 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. I guess you say, Midiman, why you up so early? Well, actually, I got up at 6. I just decided to do the video right now. And I'm glad I did get up because I was able to, God moves in a mysterious way in His wonders to perform. And let me give my shout out to the YouTube fam from Baby Justice all the way up to Big Papa JT as well as Mama JT. Y'all know the routine. Also the End Time Harvest Gang. Brother Elder McCrae, Brother LA from Kingdom Knowledge, Brother PP Drawing, Brother Hot and Clear, Brother JT, as well as Papa JT and little brother Orange Flavor. We just want to give all of y'all the shout outs and everything, making certain that we try not to miss anyone. And then I'm going to say it like this here: to all of my Heavenly Father's children, we greet you. It was so interesting this morning. Like I said, God moves in a mysterious way in His wonders to perform. And it just so happened that this morning when I first came to the PC, I saw my little baby brother, and he had read a book from Jehovah's Witnesses, and it was talking about Christmas and Jesus, December 25th not being Jesus' birthday. And I told him, they were right, it's not. But I also went on and not only just told him that it was not, I tried to explain to him the best I could to not, in other words, this is what we need to do, people, in order to not worry about a hat being on your head while in church, sort of like what Brother Hottencliff was saying. To keep anything. See, I'm not against Jehovah's Witnesses and nobody else trying to knock down anyone's belief system. But I believe in rightly dividing the truth. And so this is what I was trying to tell my little baby brother, and I'm going to pass it on to everyone else. No, Jesus was not born December 25th as we suppose. You see, people, we must not get our time thing based and the way we keep time mixed up with how the Israelites or God keeps His time. We are on what we call, in this Western world, we are on the Gregorian calendar. Now, I'm going to let you look that up. Now, it's not my aim to teach a history lesson this morning, but I'm just trying to rightly divide the word of truth. Jesus, if you look in the book of Luke, it tells you that shepherds was in the field tending flocks on Jesus' birth. Now, people, in December 25th, it's cold. And I just don't believe that when no shepherd be in no wide open field in that type of cold weather. No, it wasn't December 25th, people. Jesus, more than likely, and I'm speaking this here from reading and research, Jesus had to be born somewhere late March, early April, because that's when on the Jewish calendar, the month of Nisan, the 14th to 15th day of Nisan, the 14th, 15th day of Nisan is their Passover, which is their Jewish New Year, because it marks the Exodus out of Egypt. Now, we know that when the Israelites left Egypt, that was their New Year. It happened in the month of Nisan. And on the Gregorian calendar, that is equivalent to the month of April, or late March or April for us in the Western world. Now, to figure out Jesus' birth, it's been researched that Jesus was born, He was Passover lamb. So it shouldn't take too much, you don't have to be too bright, you know what I'm saying, to figure out if He was Passover's lamb, He was Jesus is our freedom. Just as the lamb in Egypt freed the Israelites out of Egypt, and they exodus out of Egypt, Jesus is our Passover lamb. Matter of fact, His crucifixion was in the same month we call Easter Sunday. But nevertheless, that happened at the same time of the year. It was after the month of Nisan, Passover, when Jesus was killed on the cross. So people, that's that's an abbreviated version of how people would try to take something like the birth of Christ. You know what I mean? It's just like we take any given day and we decide to celebrate it on a particular day. You know, on my birthday, which was this past Thursday, November 3rd, is when I entered into this world. So that was my birthday. We know that according to my mom, they told me that I was born. But how do I know that I was born on November 3rd? Because that's what I was told. And so they got my birthday set on November 3rd, 1961, the day I entered into this world. But who's to say? Let's just suppose that I know a lot of people that had celebrated. Matter of fact, my mom, for instance, for years we thought her birthday was on the same day as mine, but it come to find out it wasn't. Hers was on December 4th. But didn't find it out till years later. So for years she celebrated her birthday on the same day that was mine, on November 3rd. Until what? She found out that it wasn't so. It was December 4th. So it's the same as this with Jesus' birth. It doesn't make no difference what day it was, as long as we celebrate it. Now, he didn't tell us to celebrate. If you know that Jesus never told us to celebrate his birthday, but he did say remember his death and burial and resurrection, didn't he? He told us that by the communion. He said when he broke the bread and drank the wine, he said, this ye do, and often as you do this, you do it, and you do show forth my death and suffering until I come again. We were commanded to do that. In other words, Jesus wants to be remembered. His death and suffering, that's what he wants to be remembered. But he never mentioned too much about his birthday. But let us not, and I'm going to end the video, I don't want to make it too long, but I just want to let everybody know, Jesus' birth had to be somewhere between late March and early April, in the month of Nisan, because he was Passover lamb. Passover lamb took place when when Israel left Egypt. It was in the month of Nisan, the 14th, 15th day of Nisan. That is the Jewish New Year. This is and when they left, that Passover lamb that they killed, when death angel passed over them in Egypt, and they was liberated from Egypt that next day, that following that same night, after that next day, that was their Jewish New Year, and that is when Christ came. He came, he is our Passover lamb. So therefore, the month of Nisan, the Jewish New Year, Christ was born in this here particular time frame. And that is historical record. You can look it up. So with that being said, let me the man make one last final statement. People, don't lose heart or don't lose your faith because of somebody that'll come and try to place a date or make a date be significant. The point of the matter is, it's not the date that he came into the world that's important, but it's his death and burial and resurrection what's important, because that's what makes us free. When we accept that sacrifice he made on Calvary so many thousand years, over 2,000 years ago, that is what's important. Not the day of his birth, not even the day of his exit from this earth, but the day that he went on Calvary. That is what's important. His death, burial, and resurrection. Don't let anybody come and try to use a few days to try to shake your faith or try to move your faith from this to that. Be immovable. Study to show yourself approved. A workman that needed not be ashamed, but you got to rightly divide the word of truth. With that being said, Midiman gonna tell you whatever you get or whatever you get into, if God is not in it, it's best that you get out of it. This is Midiman saying peace and goodbye.